the budget into percentages as well, I think it says there. One of the key questions, what percentage of the savings should be used for each of these? So we should have a percentage and how you got that percentage. So remember in a test, if you get a percentage of your exam result, let's say you get 120 out of 160, how do I turn that into a percentage? How do I turn that into a percentage, Byron? You do? Subtract 60 off both? Not sure that would work. So for instance, if my score was 7 out of 10 and you subtracted 6 from both, that's not going to be the same score, is it? That's going to be a 1 out of 4, and that's not the same equivalent. So if you're using equivalent fractions, you got to divide by the same number maybe. So maybe you could divide by 10 if you want. 12 over 16. Divide by 4. 3 over 4. Oh, that's something we know how to get the percentage of. That's 75%. Let's say we got to this stage and it wasn't something we knew how to get the percentage of. How can we use our calculator? Yeah, well, you could divide the numerator by denominator. If it's something which most likely your fraction will not be something, you can simplify all the way down to a percentage easily. So just divide the numerator by denominator. That'll turn it into a decimal for us, won't it? And of course, that decimal then you can multiply by 100 to get the percentage, if you're not sure. Okay, so each one of these needs to be a percentage. Maybe if you're lining out a table of some sort, you can do the totals and the percentage. Maybe if you know how to do work with sheets, you can turn it into a pie chart or a bar chart or something if you want. You could. That's a good idea. This is why I say, can you please present this information in an easy to understand way? This is all about comparisons, rates, ratios. If you can bring a rate or a ratio or a proportion into it at any stage, do that if you can. Okay, just comparisons, all about comparisons. Should we change our budget and by how much? This is kind of leading back to that first section where you were saving for a certain amount. If you want to change your budget, then do change it in section A as well. Let's say you're saving for longer, but this is where you say you should save a little bit more because X, Y, and Z. All right, so that's your budget page. That should be nice and visual, plenty of diagrams, tables there, and a little bit of working out for percentages if we can. And then section D is a few small little questions. One is on currency exchange. I do not want you to just type into Google what is 20 million rupiah in dollars, and it'll give you an answer. I do not want you to do that. I want you to do the actual working out on it. How you convert between currencies, what I need to divide by or multiply by. If you're not sure, I can definitely help you with that. So find an exchange rate. Yes, you can use Google to find the exchange rate, or you can take a picture around Bali and as you pass one of those guys that offer zero commission, you can just take a picture of that and put that screenshot into your presentation as where you got your research from. Probably prefer that than just type it into Google. So do show some working out. How much local currency in dollars will they have to spend per day? So that's how much money you've left over, and then convert it to local currency, dollars. Do that working out, please. And then hotel booking, some of you were onto this already. It's good. Comparisons, rates, ratios. Could you compare the two using a rate and a ratio if you want to look up two different ones? You don't have to look up two, you just need one. But because this is rates and ratios task, the more you can put in there, the more you've thought about it, it's good to present people with two options or three options. It's rather than telling them they have to go to this one place. What if this one place has a swimming pool, this other place doesn't, but this other place is cheaper, so you get more money to spend on your tour or whatever. You can break it down like that. And then I do want what's the ratio of hotel to flight cost. So that should be there. So you have a cost of flight, you have the cost of hotel, break that ratio down as much as you can. And then the last thing I'm going to do before I let you go we'll do section E another day, not today. Section D, going to my bargain basement Best Buy store. Which one of these is the better value? Which the donuts, 5 for 3 is pounds for some reason. £3.25 or 3 for £1.86. You just got to say which one is the better option and tell me why one is a better option than the other. So maybe cost per donut or something like that as a rate would be a good idea. Any questions on those two sections? No, amazing. All right, get to work.